One of the questions recently brought to the Friday the 13ers was how much like our main characters are we? That's not an easy question to answer since my main character shoots people in the head. So I don't do that. But my main character does what she does because she needs to survive. And I do have a lot of the same survival skills that my main character Lynn has. I do grow most of my own food. I have a root cellar. And I can whatever can't be stored in the root cellar. Some people think it's weird that I grow and can my own food, but I think what's even weirder is that when the world ends and they're all dead, I might miss them. Comparing yourself to your main character when she has to kill people in order to survive day by day is obviously a little problematic. I visited the Harry Potter land in Universal Studios a few years ago, and I really enjoyed it. It was wonderful. It was great. I was with my sister who turned to me and said, wouldn't it be awesome if you had like your own place that they made based on your book? And I said no. I think a theme park based on Not a Drop to Drink would be a place where they issued rifles to you at the gate, and there would be one water fountain. So not a good like family getaway or anything like that. No. But there are other forms of survival skills that I have that my character doesn't necessarily have because we live in very different worlds. I recycle, which you may not think of as a first survival skill, but in the grand scheme of things, it's the biggest survival skill because I need the world. It's where I keep all my stuff. Another survival skill that I have that Lynn doesn't necessarily have is that I like black jelly beans. That might not seem like a survival skill, but if you think about it, if you can adapt taste for food that most other people don't like, Brussels sprouts or black jelly beans, then, also Vernors. If you like these foods, then it's very likely that they will be left over after the world ends, and then you can go and you can have your own little disgusting food banquet and nobody's going to take that from you. I also knit my own hats and gloves, which some people might think is funny, but we'll see how funny it is when you have frostbite. Sometimes authors will give their characters qualities that we wish we had. I'm definitely guilty of that. Lynn is in really good shape. I run on the treadmill about 3 times a week. I thought that I was in great shape. This past weekend, I ran my first ever 5K. My goals were to finish and not die, which I did both of these things. However, I found out that I am not in great shape. I'm not even in good shape. I am in very mediocre shape, and this is something that I really ought to work on because you never know when you might need to run a long distance alone at night. I have decent upper body strength. It's not incredible. I won't be featured in a circus act anytime soon, but I do lift about 3 times a week as well. So I'm in good enough shape to use pepper spray. I think what I have the most in common with Lynn is that I definitely have a certain way of living my life that probably isn't as normal as everyone else's, but I have found something that works for me, and I am the way I am, and this is how I live.